Welcome friend for the series of video to the server 2019. In this video I will configure the Windows DHCP server. I will configure here the DHCP server with server 2019. I already published another video for Active Directory DNS server. This is the second video for the 2019. The server OS installation is done. Just I have login in first time, and for the first time after the login I will join this server to the Active Directory I have created before. After that, this DHCP server will the domain joined server. It will very helpful for the managing the DHCP server. Generally you can take this DHCP service from the layer 3 switch or router, some layer 3 device, but the Windows server DHCP server has a extra capability, like you can reserve IP for the separate time, or you can exclude some IP, and you can also if you want reserve some IP for the several for the important news, then you can do it. That's why the DHCP server, first time I have to do some primary job, like changing the time zone, and allow the remote desktop and provide a IP for this server. Just I am doing this the primary job for, and after all you should change the server name as is the for the server, and you should join the with the domain. But you can configure the DHCP server with non-domain server or standalone server. But it is suggested to, if you have Active Directory, you should manage all the DHCP or every type of service with the domains, using your domain. It will helpful for the daily operation. The domain join is done successfully. After domain join you need the restart. I am giving the restart. Yes, after the restart I will configure the DHCP server. I will add the DHCP role, and after that I have to configure DHCP service. I will also configure this DHCP with failover. That's mean if the DHCP server, one server is fail, the another server will provide the IP, and provide the IP for the failover. Just stay with me and watch the full video. After the restart, the server has restarted, and I have login via RDP. I have removed the desktop, and already that I have this server already domain joined from the just let's say here is no DHCP role. Just I am adding the role and feature from the manage tab, and the same way I have just to go to the just I have to the DHCP role. This is a very small role. It will not take a long time. Just select and next and install. It will take max 30 seconds. Just I am not fast forwarding this video. Just wait maximum 30 seconds. Thanks for your patience. I am waiting for the finishing off. Yes, it will finish by 30 seconds. As per my assumption, it's 50% done. That means it will take more 20 seconds, not more than that. Already it is nearly finished. nearly finish. Yes, done. The feature, the role I have installed. Let's close. Here I have to configure. Here the complete the DHCP configuration. This error is generally showing. If you that's mean here is the error. That's you should firstly just next and authorize here. Just you are logging into the domain. Just commit. That's been done. The configuration is primary configuration done. Yes, is the DHCP pool, DHCP role. I'm login with the DHCP role. Is the just a second. It's okay. Next. This thing just commit. It's okay. Now it's all that. There is no error now. Just will go to the tool and open the DHCP role. And for admin purpose, you can pin this window to your taskbar for admin. Here the for the IP release, you have to create a IP scope. Just click the IP4 version. Now we will not work with the IPv6, just only 4. New scope. Next, just you have to give a name here. You will use the private IP. Just I am giving a tech the user LAN. That's been just user for the user LAN. I will create a pool. I will declare this pool /24. That's means 256 IP will declared, and usable should be the 50. That's mean 2000. So no, sorry, it is 24 bit, and it will release 256 IP. Just for you can give any name, and description is the same, I think. Just next. Here the starting and end IP. Just a private IP. That's mean from which IP you will allow the DHCP. That's mean client will get first IP. If you mention here the 20 or 21, this is our state reserve 20 IP for any type of without DHCP IP. That's mean you can put static. Just in my case, I have a static IP is 21, and DHCP end IP is 221, and the subnet mask will be 225 and 0. And here the exclusion delay. Here you can keep the some IP like 21 to 221. You can exclude some bunch of IP within these range. Just you have to mention here, and you have these IP will not include in the DHCP range. I am giving the release for the 30 days. Here the gateway, that's mean the routing IP, that's the layer 3 device, router switch and layer 3 switch, and that's the gateway. That's mean the gateway for the your network for traveling any other IP networks. Just I am for my understanding, I am giving the last IP for this. You can here the if I have already joined this server in the domain. That's why it is showing this domain, and as well as my the Active Directory DNS IP. Win server is no need now, because all the work is done by the DNS now. In this case, you can active your this IP pool now, or you can I will active later, you can check, but my this I will activate. The scope is ready. Here is but there is no list, because my network team is not allow this DHCP server as a helper. When is you add my this server as a IP helper for the network, it will release IP, and in the list it will show the all IP. video I will configure the failover for the DHCP. Hello friends, welcome back. This is the second and last part for the DHCP server configuration. I already configured a DHCP server before. This is the first server of the DHCP. Now I am configuring server for DHCP for the failover. Already I will describe the failover server for the DHCP server. It's the second DHCP server for the DHCP. Just the same way I have installed a operating system with the same version and same configuration. After this I am joining the domain. Just and I am done mistake my thing. Just allow your time. Maybe I am the maybe I have giving the DNS name is DNS server IP is maybe the wrong. So it's okay now. Joining the server, the domain the same way I have already joined the first DHCP server to the take and join domain is done. It will be take a restart. After that we have to add the DHCP role. Just allow for a few minutes to restarting the server. After that we will continue the DHCP failover server configuration. Just allow few moments. It will be back after the restart. And the same way we have to add a role DHCP role this server. For the ready after the restart you take some time to open up the server manager. Yes, the same way I will add the DHCP server role. Yes, already the server is domain joined. Yes, just there is no role DHCP, just I am adding the DHCP role the same way. The server 1, the server 2, and I have just checked the DHCP role, and just see the DHCP role here, only DHCP role, nothing else, and then next, and install. Just install it. Take you already see for the fast DHCP server it take max 30 seconds, not 1 minute, only 30 to 40 second max. After installing the DHCP role, we will configure the failover. That's mean if the failover is working, if I have already created IP pool. After configuring the failover, this pool will replicate with this server automatically. That's mean if the DHCP server 1 is down or fail, this DHCP server 2 will do his duty like release IP as a partner. After that this one back it will hand it over to the one. The DHCP server role is installation done. The same way complete the DHCP configuration, the same thing. Just we have to commit the configuration. With this I will commit this with this here, just commit, and the configuration is done, and there is no error here. Now I will open DHCP role here. Yes, let's see, here is no IP scope install or configure here. Just first time open here, nothing, no IP pool here, but we will not create a IP pool in the server 1. Just I will configure failover from the 1 with the DHCP server 2. Then the IP scope I already created server 1, it will replicate it 2. Just I am putting those server in the same skin for your better understanding. Just you can create failover from the root, then all at if you create if you create failover, if you already create some scope here, if you create here failover here, then all the scope will replicate in the server 2, or you can configure with the scope, clicking the scope, then only that time that is only the single scope will replicate. Here you have to add the second server. Here it's showing the both the installed role server. Just I am click the server 2, already already installed the role, and already I have created the scope with the 1. Just I am adding the 2 server. It take validation for I already added. Then next, next. Yes, here some option. If you want load balance, then IP will release simultaneously just 50-50 load sharing. I will not configure this. I will with hot standby. It is and the server 2 will be the standby, 1 will be active and 2 will be the standby. That means 1 will the primary and 2 will be the secondary, and he will reserve 5% of IP. That means if you have 256 IP of the server 2 can allow 5% IP for the user. Here you can have to keep you have to give a passkey. Then next and successful. Let's see is that scope is replicated or not. Yes, let's see. I have not created any IP scope in the server 2. From the 1, after configuring the failover, the server has replicated. The server 2, I am showing the bigger screen. That is the one scope I have created with the server 1. It is replicated to 2. That's mean the failover configuration also done. Thanks for watching this video. Next video I will configure DFS server. Stay connected with me. Thank you very much. Subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for the new uploaded video. And for the next video I will shoot for the file server with this environment. Thank you very much. Bye.